How do you get the maximum number of citizenships? Now you have a portfolio, you just can't have one, you can't have two, you want more, right? A lot of people will want at least 4 or 5 citizenships, and that's the norm these days, right? It's you don't get the kick until you have the numbers, the volumes, and this is for legal protection, diversification, and so many other things in life. You want to be protected. A lot of my regular subscribers exactly know what I'm talking about. This is going to be a very important video because I'm going to discuss all the ways where you can optimize and maximize your number of citizenships. So the first one is the simplest and the easiest one, which is 70% of what my channel really talks about is striking one or two sensible and practical residencies. You get these residencies. Some of these are paper residencies. They're easy to obtain. The thresholds are low. Now, if you have the money, you can get quality residencies. If you want the real cheap ones, there are options, and there's a full spectrum. There's a range of different residencies. Now, you strike one or two low-hanging fruits, right? These paper residencies, or let's say residence, let's just call them residencies. And mind you, when I say paper, it's not illegal. This paper just means it's flexible. You want to stay, you can stay, and if you don't want to stay, you don't need to stay. So that's what the paper means. So you strike one or two of these options. And sometimes a lot of people talk about theoretical stuff, right? You have theoretical residencies which don't lead to citizenship. You think they would lead to citizenship, but by the time you spend years and years and years and years and nothing happens. So you want to be sure you pick up time-tested solutions. People should have gone through that process and actually received citizenships. Now, certain residencies are good for the residency purposes, and then there are a few residencies, real gems, that actually turn into real citizenship. So you want to have at least one or two residencies immediately, right? That's something that you want to immediately start, and this is my personal opinion. I'm not giving you immigration advice. This is my analysis, right? So once you have these residencies, hopefully over time with the minimum physical presence or the time on the ground, you're converting these quality products, these quality residencies into real passports, into real citizenships. So that's the first way. The second way is really reflecting back, looking into your background, right? Now, some people, their dad or mom or grandfather, grandmom, whatever it is in your family, within your family, someone is from, a lot of people from the US or Canada have ancestry from Scotland, Ireland, Italy, British, whatnot, right? Or French even. So you got to find out where's your grandfather from, where's your grandmom from, is there any linkage, is there any connection. Certain countries like Portugal offer extensive benefits that span across generations, even Poland for that matter. So you got to investigate all of those ties, and then you can apply for a citizenship, at least one citizenship, or even sometimes two citizenships based on your family tree. So that is something you should surely explore and then apply for those type of citizenships. The third way is through, let's say you are young, you are still awaiting your first child or second child or third child. Some people want more children. They want as many as they can afford, as many as they can have. So if you're really in that situation, then diversifying your childbirth. Now, if you're an American or a Canadian or a British, or your child is no matter what by birth going to attract or inherit the citizenship that you or your spouse has. So in this situation, let's say your child is born in Argentina, you're not only picking up a citizenship for your child, you're also picking up a citizenship for your whole family, including yourself. So you're maximizing the child's benefits. You also, in return, doesn't hurt to get some benefits for yourself. Let's say you have a child in Brazil, the child can never be extradited. In a year, you can apply for your own citizenship if you live in Brazil for that year. Same thing with Mexico. In Mexico, 2 years, you can expedite and then get your citizenship that way. So childbirth is a hot topic. A lot of people, a lot of males, young, strong males, think about childbirth as a sure option. The fourth way is, let's say you're single, or let's say you're just getting out of a relationship. Getting out of a relationship is a very common thing these days. So let's say you want to change, looking for a switch of partner. you're a nomad, you don't live in your home country all the time, so accidentally it's pretty possible, it's quite possible that you could fall in love in a foreign country. And if that happens, certain countries, right, you got to be mindful of certain countries. If your spouse happens to be from that country, Cape Verde, Argentina, you're looking at immediately filing your citizenship. Other countries like Jamaica, you can immediately file, but then again, you've got to wait for certain time. So that wait time in certain cases is a year, 2 years, 3 years, and it goes on. But based on where you find love, you can absolutely look at those opportunities as well. So that's really the fourth way. The fifth way you can look for citizenship is through purchasing the passport, right? You have some money, not a lot of money, but you have some money. You can conveniently pick up one of the 5 Caribbean citizenship options. Although they were good before, now it's more of a hassle than a benefit, in my opinion. Again, as I said, not immigration advice, just my personal opinion. But apart from the Caribbean, you still have some options. You have Egypt, Cambodia, Jordan, Turkey, all decent options. They're not the best options. They're not really they're not even good options, but they're options nonetheless, depending upon your situation, depending upon your desperation or need. You can pick up a citizenship by purchase. You can purchase this passport outright. And finally, there's some unique situations, right, based on your skill set, based on your business interest, and so many other factors, and you have some money, you can always look at options. These are not CBI programs, so they're not advertised, or there's no set threshold. These are more vague, right? You have citizenship by exception opportunities across a lot of countries across the world. And these are the options, right? These 6 options is something that I discuss with my clients all the time to see where they fit, to see where they can optimize. Now, there's some people would want 3 citizenships. That's the goal. They have 1, they want 2. Some people have 2, they want 3 or 4. Based on how many you're really looking for, based on how vast you want to build your strategy or your portfolio, you have that discussion. And if at any point you are interested in having that discussion, see where you can fit, see what you can get, you can always click the link, book a call, and we can discuss what's the best fit. And what's more important is to stay subscribed, because I keep sharing changes to these programs, new programs, whatnot. So make sure you're subscribed. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subbed, and catch you in the next one.